Today we are dissecting the one and only business model where you can come in and make money in your first 30 days. Now, who am I to make this claim so confidently? My name is Isha, and I essentially went from being fully financially dependent on my parents at the start of last year to then finding high ticket sales to then eventually ending the year off making 20K months happen. Now, I of course make a lot more money than that because I've branched off into a more advanced side of this business model, but it's the same thing regardless. And you know what, when I started, I was an absolute complete beginner, did not know anything, had tried and failed at so many different business models. And when I started high ticket sales, I found it to be by far the most easiest, beginner friendly, simplest kind of business model out there in comparison to everything else on the internet, like dropshipping, trading, etc., etc. Now, some of you guys might have already heard of high ticket sales, but for those who haven't, or even those who have, right, a very simple explanation of this is that you are selling expensive products or services, right, to warm buyers on behalf of an online business or creator, and you're doing this remotely, literally from your laptop and phone at home. Okay, I'm going to dissect this using an example of an entire sales flow. Okay, so it all starts when a lead, which is a potential client, actually opts in onto the business and says, hey, I might want to buy something that you guys are selling. You're obviously the sales rep on the sales side of this thing, but I'm going to explain using the buyer's perspective here. Okay, so a lead comes in, they will find the marketing of whatever business that you're working under in high ticket sales, obviously, right? As a sales rep, you're working on the backside of online creators and businesses. So we have an example here. Audrey Adams, right, who is a women's body recompositioning coach, right, and she essentially helps career-driven women sustainably lose fat by restoring their metabolism and hormones. She has a master's in E.S, which I have no idea what it stands for, but essentially we can see that she helps women lose weight, right, and lose fat. On her programs page, now we can clearly see that she has a lot of followers, 285K, and she also has her client progress and client wins on her page as well, which makes buyers see that and be like, oh, okay, cool, she actually has results, like, she's good at what she does. And so her page is fully focused around actually having a business. She's not just a creator, she's a business owner, right, who actually is a creator as well, but she's a business owner first. Okay, so when we go into Audrey's page, we can see that the buyer would see her page, right, and she has a link here in here, and it says for the women who are done playing small. That means that she's kind of, urging the people who watch her content to be like, hey, if you actually want to lose the weight, if you want to lose the fat, right, if you want to restore your metabolism and hormones, etc., click this link and I can help you out with that. Okay, when we open that link, we see a coaching application. So you guys can literally go on Instagram, right? I'm literally doing free marketing for her, but if you guys want to go on her Instagram, literally on any coach's Instagram whatsoever, on any online business's Instagram, you will see a coaching application in there. Whether it's coaching, whether it's like service selling to like businesses that you'll do their marketing or whatever, handle the back end automation, whatever that it is. You just be on the back end of an online business or an online creator, right? So essentially this potential buyer who might speak to you, right, they find whatever creator or business owner that you're working for, they find them on the internet, right? They either consume their content or, the ads that this business has. The content is anything that they post on their social media pages, right? And ads are like paid advertisements this business or creator might run on different platforms to get leads, to get potential buyers in, okay? So they're going to consume their content and then they're going to opt in either using an application link, either DMing this person, whatever that it is, they're going to get in contact with this person and be like, hey, I like what you're selling. I'm kind of interested to buy it. Can you help me out? This is where first contact comes into play, okay? The setter is a position in high ticket sales. The setter is going to set the appointments in on the closer's calendar. Setters just have that first initial conversation with the leads. Now, the lead will either fill out an application form or DM the creator, right? So the setter is going to either call up the lead from whatever details they've left in the application form, or they're going to literally just message them back on behalf of the creator from their account or the business owner from that business account on Instagram or Facebook or whatever that it is. They're going to reply to them and be like, hey, saw your message. Yeah, we can definitely help you out. Let's set you in on a proper appointment and dissect your situation a little bit more. That's when the closing call happens, okay? Then the lead goes on to the closing call. The closing call is essentially a longer appointment and it's on Zoom, not just messages and phone calls, okay? It's a longer appointment. It'll go from like 30 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes, sometimes even an hour long, where you will dissect every problem that this person is facing right now and see if that the solution that you're providing, right, can actually help them. Let's say someone opted in from watching Audrey's content and they were like, hey, can you help me lose weight or whatever that it is? On the setting call, we would just be like, hey, saw you fill out the application form and would you be interested to jump on an hour-long call with us where we can just dissect your situation more in depth? That's the setter's job done. Okay, the appointment gets booked in, and then the closer literally jumps on a hour-long closing call and goes into full depth. What issues are they facing? How can we actually help them? How can Audrey's program help them? And see if it would actually be a good fit, okay? From the closing call, you will either close the deal, right? And then you closing the deal as a closer is going to make money for the setter and the closer, depending on what you are. And usually closers will make 10% of the commission of whatever they close, and setters will make 5% of the commission of whatever the closer closes, okay? And, cash collects and actually brings into the business, like the cash they collect, right? Obviously, when you start high ticket sales, you can be any of those two positions. It doesn't really matter. It just depends what you're more comfortable in. Are you more comfortable in sending DMs, or are you more comfortable in doing full long Zoom calls? Okay, so from there, obviously the closing call happens. You will either close it and get the sale and make the money, or you will either lose the lead and not be able to close them, unfortunately, and you will lose them, okay? And let's say they are closed, they will then move on to the fulfillment team of the business and become an official client of, for example, Audrey's offer that we were looking at. They will become an official client of Audrey's, and she will handle them and her fulfillment team will handle them. It is not our problem to deal with after that, okay? We do the sale, and that is they move on to the next stage and they actually get helped by the coaches inside the business. We only do the sale part, okay? That is all that you are going to be there for the person in their journey, okay? So now let's talk about the different positions in high ticket sales and choosing which one is going to be the best for your skill set, okay? DM setters are going to message the lead back from a large creator profile and book them into a call, right? First contact. Imagine someone DM'd Audrey. Obviously, she has hundreds of thousands of followers. She doesn't have the time to go through and reply to every DM. So you as a DM setter would reply on behalf of her. And she's just an example, by the way. There are hundreds, in fact, I lied, thousands of high ticket sales offers out there. In fact, millions of high ticket sales offers out there. There are so many offers. In fact, too many good offers and not enough good sales reps. So there's an abundance of offers, I promise you. This isn't like a super popular business model, although it might sound like it. There aren't actually that many people in it, okay? So choose the position that is best for your skill set, obviously, as you come in. So that's what DM setters do. Then we have our phone setters, okay? The phone setters are doing the exact same job. They're setting people into appointments with the closer, but they just do it over the phone. That is it, okay? They will call the person and ask them if they are keen on buying the expensive product or service, right? And just confirm that they are attending and book them into that call, okay? Then we have closers. Closers actually take the 1 hour long closing call, break down all the problems that this lead, which is the potential client, might be facing, and pitch them. Whatever coach or creator or whatever business you're working under, you will pitch their program or their service to this lead that you're talking to this potential buyer you're talking to, and be like, hey, all the problems you're facing right now, our product is going to solve that. Let's do this. Let's, help you get started, and, you can purchase this product and you will do amazingly after you do. Okay. So you collect the payment on that exact same call as a closer, and that will pay out whoever set your appointment as well, and you as well. Okay. Then lastly, we have the last tier of management. This is kind of where I'm at now. You will essentially be managing an entire sales team on an offer. This is something that you would do probably 2 years in. Takes time to get to managing, guys, okay? You will oversee everything happening in a offer. An offer is just a company, by the way. This is just sales slang I'm using. But an offer just means an online business or whatever company you're working under as a high ticket sales rep, right? So the sales manager will just oversee everything under the offer on the sales team, okay? They will see what's happening with the sales team and take a percentage of every single close. Essentially, the manager gets paid by the closers making deals, okay? They will get paid a percentage of whatever the closers make in the month, okay? They will probably get like 5% of every single closer's, deals closed, and then they will also get like a heavy base pay as well, but that's because a manager's position is quite hectic and quite full on, and that's not something you have to worry about until a couple years in. Now, just to give you guys some numbers, an average setter will make around 3 to 5k a month USD, right? And an average closer usually makes 10 to 15k a month. I have seen really good closers make up to 50k a month, and I have seen really good setters even make 20k a month. But for that, to be able to get to that level, you have to have a lot of sales skill backing you. You have to have a lot of experience backing you, and you need incredibly good offers and incredibly good coaching to get to that level. That's an entirely another kind of like, level to get on. It takes a lot longer to get there, but to hit that first 5 to 10k a month, so doable, so easy, so beginner friendly in high ticket sales. Now, because you guys have found me so incredibly early in my journey of posting videos and everything, I want to just offer this and put this on the table for you guys. If you are interested in high ticket sales and you want to land an offer, or you want some help in actually getting into it, or you're a little confused and you don't know what to do, from this step, now that you understand the business model, it's like, okay, what next? How do I land an offer, right? Literally DM me on Instagram. I promise I am like on my phone 24/7, guys, okay? I would love to help you guys out because obviously you guys are supporting my content journey while I'm, starting out. So that's my little token of thank you. But yeah, if you guys are interested at all in that, let me know. I'll leave my Instagram and details in the description of this video, so you guys can reach out to me if you are interested or want help getting into this. I'm also only help the girls because I feel like there's not much tailored help for us girlies, specifically in high ticket sales. There's a lot of male communities, but not a lot of female ones. So I'm very much so female focused. But yeah, don't be shy, get my DM. But yeah, if you guys found this video helpful, then let me know. I'm more than happy to make more videos around teaching you guys high ticket sales. And on that note, I would like to wrap this video up. Take care, guys. Okay, I love every single one of you guys so much. Keep chasing your dreams, and I will see every single one of you guys at the top.